It's a good day. I gotta say, today is a good day. I didn't even have to use my AK. Can you believe that? It's hard to believe. Let's get this mic right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What's going on? How we doing today? Since we got 2.8 million of y'all listening, we're gonna get started. Today, we have something that I wouldn't be a good guy if I didn't tell you how to back up out of a niche and when to kind of call it quits when it comes to picking a niche, right? I tell you that you got to pick a niche based off money. Let me adjust this. But the truth is you got to pick a niche that you like, that can make you the most money at the same time, right? It's important that you love it. It's really important that you love it. Fix it, just my mic one more time. I'm trying not to talk while I adjust it so y'all can hear me. Real important that you like it, because if you don't like it, you're going to have some problems. And you may like something that may not be popular, may not be popping, may not be moving for you in your area. So before we get into that, it's very important that we drop the intro and we get into this. Let's go. What's going on, guys? My name is Ty Turner, and if this is your first time tuning in, there's some of you guys that has never watched a video or a live video or whatever. This channel is simply about the business side of content creation. Other channels help you remove wrinkles from your mama and help get her moo-moo perfect for camera and help you add a huge fake moon to your night shots or replace the sky. We don't do that here. We talk about the business side of content creation, and we help you get that bag because it's important that you learn the business side. I tell people all the time, business is 90% of everything. Business is 90% of your company. If you want to go into business and be a portrait photographer, you showing up to take pictures is the easy part. That's 10%. The 90% is business, and we help you get good at that 90% because there's a ton of places to get good at the other, 10%. If you don't know who I am, again, my name is Ty Turner. I own Flash Film Media. I'm a former Army combat photographer. Worked in corporate America for a while with a few companies like TGI Fridays, Dell, Texas Instrument, different companies helping them grow their internal content because they understood at that time that it was important to bring someone in to handle that for them because they know they needed social media and training and things like that. They needed somebody in-house to do content, and they needed to bring somebody in. Fun film with the super chat to start off the day for 2 lives in 1 day. So today we're going to talk about niche, right? Because you can, if you're good at what you do, depending on what level of business guy you are, right? You can make almost anything work, right? And people be like, oh, well, you're not that good at business if you can't sell it, if you can't make it work. Somebody sat around a farm and scooped up cow dung, put it in a bag, mixed it with some dirt, and called it fertilizer. So you shouldn't have a problem, selling content or selling your services that everybody need. It's something that you should be able to do, and it takes practice. I don't expect you to be able to walk in a room and kill it, but you got to understand that it takes practice, and it's something that you have to develop, right? So real quick, let's get to the elephant in the room and talk about, if you're your first time on the channel or just first time watching, I preach niche. I preach it like crazy, right? Because a lot of people try to do too much. They're everywhere and they fail in business because they're not able to identify what a target audience is, and they can't create a trap for that target audience, right? If you ever went fishing with somebody and they don't know what they're fishing for, they don't even know where they're going, they don't know nothing about the lake, they don't know nothing about lures or nothing. They just got a worm and a hook and they just throwing it out there hoping for the best. And that is what the average person or content creator's knowledge is when it comes to business. It's the equivalent of somebody that's never went fishing. You've seen it on TV. You like, I know how it work. I throw a hook out there with a worm on it and they bite. Well, I've been places where I've seen people fish with cornbread and corn and catch a specific type of fish. You go to TV, you see people fish with their thumbs and their fingers to catch certain type of fish, right? They get in the water, they put their arm in the hole, they pull up a fish, and you're like, what? But they know what they're looking for. They know what it takes to get it. Some are willing to waste a finger getting it. But you have to go into business with that same understanding, right? With that same idea and understanding that, it's important that you understand what you're looking for. It's important that you understand what your bait needs to be, where you need to be fishing, and what your trap needs to be, what your lure needs to be. Because if you don't understand those things, it's going to be a lot harder for you to catch fish. And we're talking about, you got to understand the right type of fish. What type of fish are you looking to catch? If you don't know what your ideal client is, it's going to be rough. Business is going to be very hard. So today we're going to lay that out. Maybe you are in a niche that's not the right niche. Maybe not for your area, right? If you want to do videos on base jumpers and you're in an area where it's all flat and there's no base jumpers, what are you going to do, right? Look, if you want to do medical and you're in an area flooded by dentists, there's more dentists than hospitals, then you may want to consider switching it over, tweaking it just a little bit. So there is a definition as to when you should give up on your idea or when you should give up on your niche, right? And I'm going to read this definition, but I'm going to put some asterisks by it, right? Everybody in the chat room, what's going on? Much love to you. Those who came over from the summit over the weekend, congratulations. Welcome to the new channel. I appreciate all you all who are joining me. Much love to you, all my food photographers. I'm a chubby guy, so that does something to me. So yeah, food does something to me. Anyway, so let's talk about when you should give up, right? When you can't generate revenue, customers, or interest for 90 days, right? After you got everything set in stone, you got your business name, you got your website, you're spending money on ad revenue. You can look at that ad revenue and those analytics and know that you're bringing people to your site. You know that you're bringing the right people to your site. Maybe you're even getting phone calls and people are like, I don't really need this, right? When I tell you to beta test your idea, to work with your free beta tester, if you present an idea to them, let's say your niche is desserts. I'm just using that as a quick example. And then you're going to restaurants and they're like, I don't really see myself. I'm cool that you're doing it for free, but I don't really see myself paying for someone to just come in and do desserts. I would maybe do it for somebody who did everything, but I couldn't do it for somebody who just came in and did desserts, right? They'll let you know if your idea is a good idea. Now you can continue and move forward with it if you want. And I tell you to get you want to beta test it with 3 companies, right? You want to get 3 people you can beta test it with. And with those 3 people, you want to see how it works. And just tell them to be honest with you. I'm going to do all this for you in exchange for pure, uncut, raw honesty. You can't hurt my feelings. Even if you have to submit it to them in a form, do what you got to do to get that information. But if you go 90 days, right? If you go 90 days after you've set up everything and it's a bad niche, you may have to switch it. Real quick, Frozen says 90 days after you begin charging or 90 days from starting the LLC with the domain. Okay. Usually 90 days after you're completely set up. I would say the first, while you're building it, it didn't count. It didn't count. So if you're in a position where you can put everything in motion quick, your 90 days may be shorter than the average person is saying, okay, I'm getting the LLC this month. I'm gonna get the website that month. You can't really fully test it until you're fully up and operational, right? You can't test a lure if you don't have it in the water where it's for the fish it's designed to catch. If I got a bass lure that I've created, my trap, I can't test it in the ocean. I can't test it in a pond with no fish and really be able to look at it and say, this is not working for me. I have to have everything in order. I have to have the boat, the lure, maybe the right time of day condition, maybe even the right time of year to test that bait. Like fun films say, bait a test. That's right. So you want to make sure you have everything established. Now, this is the area where things get a little funny, get a little gray. Let's say if I named my company Dessert Exposures and we focus on desserts. It's Dessert Exposure. And that's the name we went because that's the niche I want. But nobody wants to just get desserts. Let's say I'm just saying it's a bad niche, right? You can still do a DBA. You don't have to get a whole nother LLC. You can still do a DBA. So that's how I would do it. Real quick, Josh says, what's the best way to get clients after 6 months of being in the game? Cold calling, cold walk-ins. I actually did the last live covered how to get clients during COVID, whether you're 6 months in the game or you've been in the game forever. Remember, plumbers don't knock on your door to check and see if your pipes are working. They put themselves where people look. Now, Google tells you how many people looking. So you can judge your business based off that. If only 20 people looking and it's 10 companies, it's going to be rough. But if Google says, hey, 40,000 people in your zip code search for portrait photographers just this month, you know that the interest is high. So you want to make sure you are where they look. So you have to have all your dominoes in a row, correct? Dessert Exposures will focus on luxury lifestyle outcomes. Happy endings at the end of a customer experience. That could be true. Dessert Exposures could be, you can flip that and do cars, right? It's your dessert. And your lifestyle. Your car is your dessert. You can flip it however you want. You can change it and do whatever you want to do with it. Maybe your logo is a cupcake, but you specialize in houses with unique architectural design. It's the icing on the cake. You know, Dessert Exposures captures the icing on the cake. So you can make business out of anything. What's the icing on the cake? It's something that's above and beyond, something luxurious. It can be however you want to flip it. So you can take that name and do different things with it depending on what your niche is. But if you got 90 days in and you're not getting no revenue, you're not making no money. Now, I'm not saying you're making money and you're making less than you spend. You're not getting nothing. You're just dumping money into it. You're not getting the interest. Right? People aren't interested in it because sometimes you can get a lot of people to your site. You can get a lot of interest. People like, man, I like this, but find out what that but is. That but is preventing you from making money, but it costs too much, but it's not available in my area. But I don't know how to get started, but I don't know if I need this, but I don't know if this could make me money. Remember what I told you, when you work with clients, literally walk in the door and say, I'm here to make you money, period. Let's figure out how we can do it with this camera. That's what you need to be thinking. How can I, because if I can make you money, you're a customer for life, period, right? If you buy cologne and you go to the club and 6 women say, oh, I like that cologne. That's nice. What are you wearing? You're going to buy it by the gallon next time because you're going to be glue, 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 glue. All you need is a few ladies to say, ooh, who wearing that? Me. Think it don't work? Go look at an Axe commercial. They don't even talk about what the smell is. They make up some smell, it'll be like alpine mist and some guy spraying it and then women just come out of nowhere. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? They do it. Women have different commercials like that where they have different items. It'll be like cross your heart bras and whatever. And then they put them on and, get attention from guys or they're super comfortable. I don't know. It's not my thing, but they're both sides work like that. Right. In business, for your Axe spray, your product is Axe spray. For businesses, money is the women in the Axe commercials. So think of it like that. If you can make your client money, they will always do business with you. In fact, they may come back and say, let's up it. Let's double it. You made me $1,000 off a $500 investment. This time I want to spend $1,000, or they'll triple it. I've had clients do that multiple times, right? So a client that started off like just skimming a little bit, turn into $10,000 customers. We started at a $1,500 video, but I've been able to help them grow their business. And if my focus is that just as much as pretty pictures, I'll have a client for life. You can give the client the best image you can possibly spit out, like your best. And if it's not designed to make them money, it won't do nothing for them. Right? So you got to go into it asking the right questions, providing the solution. Remember, we're doctors, we're not drug dealers. Provide the solution. When somebody come in and their knee hurt, that's right, DJ Gaines. When somebody come in and they knee hurt, don't just give them a bandage. Look at what's causing the knee pain. It could be a back issue. It could be a foot issue. And if you can solve that issue with a solution that they didn't think about, that is a long-term solution that may cost a little bit more than a knee brace. Hey man, you may need surgery on your lower back. That's causing your knee pain. Never thought about that. Your insurance company pays $20,000. I didn't sell you a $50 knee brace. You're set for life. If you have any more problems, you're gonna come back and see me. DJ Gaines Bond says 57 watching, 14 likes. Let's get them likes up and help this man. Cost us nothing to help him tremendously. That's right. I would appreciate it if you hit that like button. If you're listening on a podcast, I would appreciate it if you leave a review. And let's keep talking. So, I want to just real quick, because a lot of people, let's say you ditch that niche and you don't know where to go from there, right? Try everything, right? You want to make sure, do as many ideas as possible, and the right idea will pick you. I promise you. For me to go into, so my niche is around corporate promotional videos, right? I tell brand story and I tell the story of products. I introduce products to clients. That I didn't wake up one morning saying I'm gonna do that. It chose me. I was just good at it. And it was something that it chose me, to be honest with you. I just never went into it. I never went into it doing it. I never got into this thinking I'm gonna start Flash Film Academy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't wake up one day thinking I'm gonna have a YouTube channel where I teach people business. Never happened. I just couldn't find questions that I had. The mentors didn't want to help me. People were like, your website looks good. What you need me for? You got pictures of the president and you working with Toyota. How can I help you? I don't think I can help you, bro. Even when I went to get a mentor from like SCORE, they didn't have anybody that was in my field. They wanted to pair me up with like a doctor or a lawyer, and they couldn't tell me nothing about how to go get clients. It's obvious to go see a doctor. Your knee is hurting, your back is hurting. It's obvious. But the people they paired me up with that cost me money, that required me to invest, were not in my field. And the one person they found had like a portrait studio open in like 86. So no disrespect, but it wasn't much that I could learn from him. There was something to learn from him, but he had since then sold the business and still thought film was better than digital. He was one of them guys. Kodak still makes the best camera I've ever seen. I was like, okay, next. So that's why I started Flash Film Academy. So your niche, the ideal niche for you, won't jump out at you, right? It won't jump out at you. And if you're afraid that you're picking something that have too much competition, it's flooded, saturated market. Competition is good, right? It shows that it's a decent business model. Now, all you got to do is outperform them. All you got to do is outperform who's ever in that business. That's it. If you want to make a cookie that has cream in the middle and like chocolate on both sides, Oreo's dominating it. Your job now is to make a better Oreo, right? There's a lot of car companies pop up out of nowhere, like Tesla. Tesla didn't say, hey, there's enough guys making cars. Nope. They said, we're going to make a better car. That's what you do. If you want to do something where you feel like it's saturated, that's what you do. Fun Film said, loving all my new gear now. I got to start using it. Got to make it pay for itself. Speaking of paying for itself, you guys know who our sponsor is today. And stand by for that.
Yes, your passion is this. And you want to attract this or this. So you can make more of this. But your portfolio or demo reel is not this. I've worked for these companies in the past. When it comes to finding a job or getting the attention of potential clients, a demo reel or portfolio with random clips and music won't cut it. And that's why I created this. The 5 key steps for creating an effective demo reel that converts. It's an online course designed to show you how to market your skills and past experience and create a video portfolio that's designed to blow away your competition and 10x your results. Remember, if you can't tell your story, how do you expect someone to hire you to effectively tell their story? Enroll today at Flash Film Academy. It's time to turn passion into profit.
Perfect. We're back. Okay. So now we got all our graphics and stuff. We're good. So remember, give your niche 30 days, give your niche 90 days. I'm sorry. Give it 90 days when you get everything completed. If it's not working for you, try something different. Try something different. Don't be afraid to try something different. Find what works, stick with it, do your thing. All right. Few other things I want to talk about. I wish Blackmagic was a sponsor. They like me not that much. When I get a couple million subscribers, I'm sure they'll be okay with, you know, sending me something. But right now they're like, nah, bro. Like 2 people bought a camera because of you. We're not sending you out no $10,000 camera. It ain't gonna work. So I bought my own Blackmagic back there. If you can see it, little back in the shadows. So let's talk about niches a little bit, right? Guys, post your niches in it below. Post them below. What is your niche? What are you working on? I can't even talk right now. What are you focusing on as far as your niche right now? Right? How has it been working for you? So on a scale of 1 to 10, right now, wherever you are in the business, post whatever your niche is, and a 10 if it's working perfectly, a 1 if it's not. What's going on? Hawaii? So I'm gonna wait because there's a little bit of a delay. I'll let you guys post that in the chat below, but that's what I want to talk about. How well is your niche working for you right now? Is it taking you time to develop everything, to get the website, to get the copyright, to get the promo video up? Is that taking time? And how do you judge it during that process? Like, where do you, not how do you, but where are you judging it during that process? Because some people are doing their thing. Red Base Media says fashion real quick because I almost forgot. Scroll up. Mediasmith LLC. Good looking out on the super chat. Really appreciate it. Fun Film. Good looking on the super chat. He said, I can't see what time it is. I see what you're doing, Fun Film. We're going to get that up. We're going to get you a spot. So get you a spot back there. It's somewhere. Where's it at? It's around here somewhere. Where I put it? It's not that far. Fashion. Life stories of older adults. Story to record. Eli. My boy Eli. Eli is killing it right now. Eli is, if you're looking for somebody that has shown you the process to go from an idea to a straight up beast mode story to record, Eli is exactly that. Promo video for biotech companies. Going to start 3 free videos in about 2 weeks. Perfect. Hair and beauty industry, still developing the website and the ad copy. I remember I posted the links to where you can get the website design. If you go to route, I like Squarespace. That's me. I don't have a sponsorship from them yet. Hopefully one day, maybe. But if you watch the video on what to do with your check, your government check, how to build your brand for $1,200, you'll see links to guys on Fiverr that I like that do really good jobs as far as creating your website, as far as marketing your website. Or you can go to Flash Film Academy, click on the gear list tab, and in that area, you'll see a list of my favorite Fiverr people that I use for Fiverr. I've also added one more because I have a favorite Fiverr user that writes my emails, my marketing emails. So right now, real quick, I have it where I have a email campaign going out to my Flash Film Media clients, right? Flash Film Media clients saying pretty much, hey, how you doing during this whole pandemic? Is there anything I can do to help? You know, right now is a time where social media engagement is up. It's through the roof. People are glued to their cell phone right now. So you want to be where they're looking. So I have an email campaign at about 5 emails that go out every other day to those particular clients. I like to use MailChimp because MailChimp tells me when people don't open it and to when to resend the email so you can be more effective. Dream Vision Productions. Looking out on the super chat. If domain name is taken, .com, are you turned off by using .cc or any other? I personally, yes. I don't even like a .net. When I usually buy a .com, I buy a .net. So definitely. I've been doing videos for a year this month. I made about 8,000. Is that good or below average for the first year? And what can I do to triple that this year? Josh did it. No, Josh Ditto. Did I say that right? Josh did. We're gonna just leave it at Josh did. Depending on your area, Josh, I don't know what state you're in. $8,000 a month is $100,000 a year. It's not a bad way to live. It's not a bad way to live. Now, that depends on, is that after bills are paid, after people are paid? Is that take-home dollar or is that overall sales? Those are two things I need to determine it. It's a great place. If you can do $100,000 a year working for yourself, you're not doing bad. My first year, I did 6 figures. So you're on par to be great. You're on par to be great, definitely. ISF Productions for Squarespace on needing to hit up my dude Ty. Oh yeah, the good looking super chat. He's pretty much saying, hey Squarespace, hit up your dude Ty with the spotlight. Squarespace, yeah, reach out to me. They was giving it to everybody on YouTube. Now you got to be like hand selected to get to be a part of their affiliate program. That's weird. Production photography, it's a 10, Randy. The good thing about production photography, I'm gonna tell you, right? You can go nationwide. If you do production photography, you can go nationwide. Especially if you cater to like the Amazon crowd, the eBay crowd. And so there's a sales technique, right? I gotta look up the proper term for the sales technique, but I'm gonna give you the basis on how it works, right? And if you look at, when you start to look at the world this way, you're gonna see a lot of companies do it. So there's a sales technique where you educate a person and scare them a little bit, and then you offer them the solution for it, right? You know who does this a lot? Mouthwash commercials. They show you somebody's teeth with all these things, there's cartoons, and your mouth could have 1,000 different bacterial blah, blah, blah in it. Now, yesterday you didn't care, you were fine. You didn't think about it, you didn't care. Your dog was all licking you in the mouth, you was cool with it. It's not my thing, but if it's your thing, it's your thing. So just yesterday you didn't care, but you seen this commercial with all this crap that's in your mouth you think that are just eating your gums, and now they offer you mouthwash that kills 99.9%. So the sales technique is to educate you, scare you a little bit, and then offer a solution. Offer a solution. Educate you, scare you a little bit, offer a solution, right? So as a content creator, I'm telling people, hey, right now, a majority of people, because they're being quarantined, they're at home, they're on their phones right now, right? They're still spending money, they're still buying stuff, but they're looking on their phones. Are you there? Because your competitors are there. Your business is slow, probably because you're not where they're looking. We want to offer you a solution to that. Boom. Hey, if I do product photography, think about it. Hey, because there's so many people, because the online market is getting saturated with a lot of companies rushing to get in front of people with on their cell phones, on social media, you got to have some really good content, right? You can't just have cell phone content. You got to have high-end quality content. We want to offer you that solution. So that's how you want to present it in a way. Educate them. You're going to have to scare them a little bit because they don't know. You don't know the dangers you're in, right? You don't know that you need a first aid kit in your car until you have a situation where, or until you learn about a situation where a first aid kit is needed. So, if you're doing 8,000 this year, you're probably going to do 3 times that next year. You see, I think the guy made 8,000 for the year. If you're doing 8,000 a month or 8,000 a year, I want to make sure I got that right. 8,000 a year is rough. 8,000 a month, it's pretty good. Fun film. So Fun Films, yeah, he's saying I can make you look like Brad Pitt. You're not looking real hot, but I can make you look like Brad Pitt. With the right type of photoshopping, you can definitely do that. So there are things in your life, there's purchases you made right now, right? There's purchases you made or upgrades you've made because they educated you on what could go wrong, like warranties. If your TV falls, if we have an earthquake in Texas, which never happened, and your TV falls off the TV mount, the wall mount, which is screwed in somehow, you know, and it cracks open, your $3,000 investment goes down the drain unless you spend another $200 to protect it. Car insurance is pretty much based on that, but they made it a law, so you can't back out. So you said 8,000 for my first year. Okay, that's a little tough. That's a little tough. Did you start in January? If you started in January, that's a little tough. But with music videos, that's not bad because that's probably 16 music videos. It's hard. Music videos is a hard niche to, it's hard. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just a hard hill to climb. Okay. So you want to make sure that you educate your client in a way to tell them, hey, businesses are moving to social media. Businesses are moving online. Where are you? I looked you up. I didn't see nothing. I often go into meetings like that, right? They're saying we need a promo video. They know they need a promo video, but when I come with my iPad and I'm scrolling online looking for them and they see 3 of their competitors with videos and I'm like, where's your video? We don't have one. You don't have one? I thought we were just updating the old video. You don't have a video? How have you been in business? How have you been surviving? We got to get on this quick. We got to get you out here because you're missing money every day. Andre Woods looking on the super chat. What do you do when you have 2 target audiences? You go after them both. You go after them both, right? 2 target audience. Look, I'm gonna give you an example. When you go to Netflix, right, and you watch a movie or you're scrolling through the movies, they'll have multiple thumbnails for the same movie that are designed to go after 2 target audiences. So you've been to scroll past something you never cared about. And then one day you go back and you're like, man, what is this? You click on it and you realize it's the movie I done skipped over 22 times. It just got a new thumbnail, but that thumbnail works and they know what works on you now. So you can have multiple target audiences for the same product. You just got to tailor it to that target audience to be more successful, right? For instance, if you got a lure and you're fishing somewhere where the water is clear, you can go with a darker colored lure. If you go somewhere where the water is more murky, you may want to go with a neon green lure. I don't know if you ever went fishing with green worms before, but they work better at night than they do during the day. In order to get clients to work with you, even for free, to build most clients, what do you see? Your website. Wait, would you create a website with copywriting before the reel is complete? Yes. So he's asking, before I even get free clients to work for me, what do I need? Should I build a website? Yes. Get your website together. Get your website together. Put you some images on it until you get a reel. Get your copyright written. Your copy is so important. You get your copy written. It's so important, right? Because business owners want to understand a few things. What are you selling? How does it help me? What's the process, right? Call to action. They want to know that. If I just showed you a picture, you're looking at me like, what? Get out of here with that. What? But if I can explain to you how this picture or a picture like this can help your business, then we're on to something. Because now you're educating them. Remember I say educate them, scare them a little bit, teach them. You know, that's why I don't just put, a lot of people just put images up there. I talk about stats and things like that when I send out my proposal. It talks about why video is important right now. If your website and you're a content creator and your website doesn't have information on why in 2020 they should even consider photography, videography, whatever, if you don't have any statistics behind it, you're doing yourself a disjustice, right? You're hurting yourself because your client is not going to go look at how great is. Will people buy my product if I have a video over photo or just text? They're not going to go look for that stuff. But if you punch them in the throat and say 72% more people buy a product based off a video than images, whoa, they feel like they've missed money, right? They feel like they've missed money. So that's how you need to kind of punch them in the throat with that. It needs to be on your website or in your portfolio. It needs to be somewhere where before they make the decision to do business with you, they realize what they're not getting if they don't. They realize what they're losing if they don't do business with you. If you don't use our mouthwash, all of those creatures in your mouth will keep eating at your teeth, and your gums will look like this. Here's a picture of some guy that's been smoking Marlboro for 20 years. So if you switch niches, does that mean everything start over? Portfolio, website, social media? Possibly. Possibly. Yes. Woolworth, old store back in the day, old department store back in the day, right? Old department store. They're not around anymore. You know how they're around now? They're Foot Locker. Mind blowing, right? That's because they bought another store and had a completely different niche, and one niche worked and the other one didn't, and they got out of that completely and shifted over to something different, right? You have to be that flexible. You just may have your domain name and all your hard work and this pretty website that's catered towards pink puppy photography may go down burning, but it's cheaper than if you went and had a brick and mortar, had employees, spent $500,000 to build this. You only spent $2,000 to get this website and this niche up and running. Don't be afraid to trash it and go in a different direction. Michael, good looking out on the super chat. Ty, working on a demo reel. Any tips on how much behind the scenes to add in a 3-minute video? 50% BTS, 50% B-roll. Am I missing the point? Yes and no. Yes and no. If on the 5 steps to creating an effective portfolio that convert, the purpose of a demo reel, and I'm gonna give you this tidbit for those who haven't taken the course, is to simply show the process, right? To show the process. So you want to show the process and then show the end result. Now you don't have to do that with every single shoot, but enough where people realize it's you on set, right? I follow your Instagram channel. I see you out in the park taking pictures, and then I see what the pictures look like. That's just for me actually following your Instagram. So you want to show that process to your clients so they feel comfortable, because there's a lot of guys out here that are picture stealing warriors, that are stock footage kings, right? You want to show them that I went into this office, I set up these lights, we captured it, and then this is the final product. Just like I said, it's the same thing that Subway used to show value, right? They build their sandwich in front of you. You trust, you feel like it's extra fresh because I seen it come together. I seen it come together. I seen them pull the cheese out of the refrigerator or out of the little cover. When somebody build a sandwich in the back room, you kind of don't trust them as much. But if they build it right there, you trust them. Miss Mina, good looking out. Studio fashion photographer after being in the fashion industry. Had surprise success. Now the business is slow. Idea on how to transition. Tried everything from weddings to birthdays. No bites. Okay, fashion photographer is really, really, really close to like apparel product photography. I would consider doing that. And then you can still have your fashion photography portion on doing lifestyle images. So, hey, we offer in-studio shots on mannequins. And then we can get a model to step out and still capture your apparel on different people. Get with a lot of mom and pop local shops that are pushing local brands, and I would try to go from there. Listen, I had a contract like that with Toyota, and we took photos of the dealership had different shirts, uniforms, and each dealership would have a catalog that they would order out of. So we captured images of apparel and lifestyle shots for that catalog. A lot of dealerships have that. A lot of local companies offer uniforms that they can sell to their employees or let their employees pick out of. They need images for that catalog. So something I would think about. That's right. Smash that like button. So just something to think about. Should you try every niche until you find one you enjoy or are they good or are good at? Then start only doing that. Pick what you love, right? That can make money. Just you got to be realistic when people tell you, hey man, look, surfing photography in Idaho, it's not a good look, bro. No disrespect, but it's just not a good look. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be real with it. That's why I tell you to go beta test it. Go get with 3 companies that are your target audience and let them tell you, hey man, we really wouldn't pay $2,000 for this. I'm gonna be honest with you. This to us is worth $500. Now you know. Now you know. Hey man, we really wouldn't pay this, you know, And sometimes you may get a niche that you like and clients are telling you, we'll give you $500 to do it. And you may get something that I'm okay with. And clients are like, we pay $5,000 for this. That'll make you like it a whole lot more. It's happened to me. Trust me. Listen, corporate promo videos wasn't something that I woke up looking to do. It just wasn't. It just was not something I was looking to do. I created some for a company. They loved it. It made them a lot of money. And they just kept upping. They wanted it for every single product. So we started making it for every single product. And that's where I kind of got the idea from my company. I want to make a product video. That's where I got out of the idea of a boring demo reel. And then I got into the idea of let's create a commercial for my brand. And when I did that, boom. Oh man, Elijah, with the super chat of super chats. Let me first say thank you for the super chat, right? Because I believe out of all the reoccurring or regular super chatters, you're like one of the highest guys on the board with the least amount of super chats. You're what we call a heavy hitter. It's just you're a high roller here at this casino. Good looking out on the super chat. Everybody put your 100s in the room while I address this question. What do you think about the name Carlery? Make sure I pronounce that right. Good looking out for the breakdown. Detroit Public Schools. Carlery is my mom's maiden name. And I know you say no family names. It hasn't got media or video next to it, but I thought I would battle with this, the way I market the brand. Your thoughts? I would add some sort of media to it, right? Because I don't particularly like John photography. I'm okay with a name, right? As long as it's not one specific person. John Smith. John Smith got to show up every time, right? John Smith can't take a day off, right? Carlap Bree Media Group or media, anybody can show up. So that is fine. When you have a specific person, that's when you have issues, right? When you got Tony the Tiger cereal, you got to have Tony the Tiger on the front. You can't let somebody other tiger. Well, what tiger is this, bro? I'm not eating them. What tiger is that? Right? Because Tony the Tiger coined Frosted Flakes so much, your kids don't even want Frosted Flakes that ain't got a tiger on it that look like Tony. They're not having it. So that name works. You want to make sure that you have a media group, a media or something at the end, just so people know exactly what it is. Came in with the Mike Tyson punch out. Let me see, because usually Fun Film has something to say. He ain't said much. Okay, I just want to make sure. Real quick. So make sure Fun Film ain't saying nothing, you know what I'm saying? So those are things you want to think about as you grow the brand. And the good thing about that name, and you put media, whatever your niche is, if it don't work, you can pull out and go to another niche, and you're not changing domain names. You're just changing copy. You're changing demo reel, and you're back into a different niche. So that works. It's not a bad thing. That's definitely a good thing. Real quick, Red-Based Media. Reach out to designers for product shoots. Yes. Yes. And think product photography. Like if you're in fashion is products. Think product photography. Really simple. So, brand Roll Visions. Roll Visions said, my name is Romel and I named my brand Roll Visions. That's cool. It's not like Romel Johnson photography. Well, I'm at the shoot as a client. Like, which one of y'all is Romel? Where you at? Oh, Romel's sick today. What y'all doing here? Y'all need to get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? So just something to think about as you move forward. Ty, thanks. I'm 70 years of age and open-minded to learning videography. I'm in the city of, let me make sure I pronounce this right, Kankakee, Illinois. That sounds like it's a city name. It's a Native American named city. I know a lot of them because I'm from Michigan and we got the mesquites and all them up there. So I'm kind of used to them a little bit. Videography. So videographers are greatly needed. James, welcome to the crew. Welcome to the family. It's never too late to start, right? I'm going to tell you what's dope at getting into this game at 70. You offer a perspective that one of these little young bucks can't do. And it's often tied or linked to the idea of class. So yes, and you can speak you'll be able to speak directly and instantly have credibility to CEOs that I can't do, right? And it's weird because I realized this. I got a friend that's younger than me. He has more grays than I have. I'm waiting for mine to come in. I'm looking for grays equal money. And he can go into a place and close an older client that just trusts him. Like, yo, this guy's younger than me. I got this on lock. But it's just how the game goes. So welcome. Michael, saw your last video on getting clients. I want clarification. You use Honeybook CRM and you add Proposify into it, or Proposify by itself and using another CRM that isn't Honeybook. Okay, so I use Proposify separately, right? I've been begging Honeybook to integrate with Proposify. It's like a hookup, a marriage I'm trying to get to work. So I use it separately. Honeybook is a great place to have all of your information on your clients, the follow-up. It's just when you go on Honeybook and you create your steps, instead of the step where Honeybook sends out a proposal, it reminds me to generate that proposal in Proposify. So I just removed their step and replaced it with my own. And you can do that with Honeybook. That's what's so dope. Another one, if you don't like Honeybook, is Tave, T-A-V-E. They're pretty good. Honeybook. What's great about Honeybook is Honeybook has a community, a back-end community where you can work with other content creators, other videographers, other DJs, other event planners, right? It's a place where you'll have access to a community full of event planners. Think about that. If you create any type of content based on events, you have access to a plethora of event planners all across the United States. So you can easily send some out to them and say, hey, I'm a photographer, I'm in this area. We offer this, blah, blah, blah. Would love to work with you, whatever. So you can sit there and get customers and clients from your home computer. Real quick, CRP Media, thanks for the super chat as well. My daughter hit me and my wife hit me with 20 reasons to upgrade her chess learning account. She mentioned what the gold package has done for the use of promo videos. It works on kids and on the business. Definitely. Heck yeah. Don't forget, Honeybook has the special $1 for 6 months. Yes. Yes. How should a beginner filmmaker deliver products to clients? That's a great question. I use Vimeo, right? The reason I use Vimeo is because clients can view the video. If you're a paid member on Vimeo, they can post that they need changes and then they can download it. They can download the video right from there. Oh man. The super chat King Hall of Famer, number one super chatter of the group Fun Film with $101 super chat. He has just purchased a place for his clock on the wall. It will be there by the next live video. In fact, I may do a video where I just show me hanging it. So everybody put up your 101s for Fun Film. Put your 101s up, please, for Fun Film. Hey, man, I want to personally, listen, let me say this to everybody who super chat. I want to personally thank you for supporting the channel. My goal is to help you make that money back so you can be like, psh, it was nothing. I appreciate y'all, man. You have no idea. Put your 101s. It ain't a logo. It ain't an icon for 101. You got to just punch in 101. Thank you. Thank you. Unless you got a Dalmatian. That works as well. Ty, JWS says, Ty, love your show. Is there any difference between the name studio or productions or media? Is there a big difference? Nope, it's not. Think about it like this. Studios are normally have physical locations typically, right? Productions usually companies that create content for other companies. Media is kind of a mixture of the two. There isn't a real difference. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll switch it up based on what domain is available. Absolutely. I was in the East Coast, but moved back to my hometown a few years ago. Didn't expect anything from photography. Struggling after having hopes. Miss Mina. So it depends on what your niche is and in your area, right? You may be in an area that is just a gold mine for one thing and just not for the other. So you may have to take a step back and see what's popping in your area. I come from the North, right? In the North, you know, when you date, it's a little different than in the South. You got to change it up in the South. I may have to talk like this right here in the South to get your attention, because the girls like that in the South when you talk like this right here. My name is Ty, and my car I got a big old truck with some wheels on it, and they got a whole lot of horsepower. You should come on, jump on in with me. Let's find some mud. That works in the South. Don't work in the North. They do not work in the North. But you can totally understand how you may have to switch it up depending on where you are, right? You got to be flexible. You are a business of one, right? You're a rowboat. You're a speedboat. You can change direction. Them big companies that got them big, huge tankers can't change direction as fast as you can. That's a benefit to you. Take advantage of that while you can, right? If I were to change my YouTube channel to the fishing channel, I got 40,000 people that's going to tune in the next day. Like, what in the world is this? I'm out of here. If I would have did it when I had 10 subscribers, it wouldn't have been a big deal. So while you are a business of one, make sure you utilize your nimbleness, your flexibility. You may have to switch it up. You may have to try something different. Looking to get an eyeliner. Is it really worth it? Please explain again. Yes, sir. Okay, so Fun Film, the Super Chat Hall of Famer. The eyelighter is a product that is a reflective sheet that it contours and curves around your subject's face, right? It's made by Westcott. If you go to Flash Film Academy, click on the gear section, you'll see a link for the eyelighter. What it does is, especially if you film or video, especially if you have a lot of female talent, they will appreciate this most. It fills in all the under neck dark spots. It lights slightly from below, and it gives it a very glamorous, beautiful look. It gives it a really good movie star, I want to say, look. A really Zsa Zsa Gabor, Elizabeth Taylor look that everybody wants and don't know how to get. I used an eyelighter for about 4 years and nobody was on it. And I tell you, every time I deliver pictures, people are like, I don't know what you did, but it looks so dope. Like, everybody, it's a beast. It's a beast. Smitty Vibe, good looking out on your super chat. Can you use visions instead of media? Yes, I like visions. I think it's dope, but you can't do no audio. Maybe if you're doing visions, maybe. Listen, if you think about this for a second, if you do video, if you edit video right now, you edit audio. So offering a podcast to a client is something that can be something in your back pocket. If you got visions, it may be hard to do that, but if you're not trying to do that, don't worry about it. Oh, snap. Wait a minute. Michael, a placeholder on the wall for the next spot next to Fun Film. Michael with the $102 super chat. Michael is also a super chat Hall of Famer. He's a super chat Hall of Famer as well. Those two guys, I see them, they pop up all day long every time I do a live chat. So I really, really appreciate your support. Please put your 102s in the room. 102, please. Can somebody do that? And how do you do that in Roman? Is that like MC? What's the Roman numerical value for 102? Now, if all 95 of you submit your 102 super chat, then I will order the 12K. No, I'm joking. I'm not ordering the 12K Blackmagic. I am 94 $102 super chats away from ordering the 12K Blackmagic Ursa, and I will live stream in 12K, and I will literally be sitting on your desk during the live chat. I'm joking. Where's that one art chick's Fun Film say? I have not seen her in a while. Y'all scared away. So 102s. You can't lose with 102s. Somebody said y'all gonna need a bigger wall. Michael, you gotta send me something to put up there. Fun Film sent me something. He sent me a clock to put on there. So it was CII. Is that how you do it? Good looking out on the Roman numeral for 102. Good looking out. Detroit Public Schools, they didn't teach nothing past like 50. Whatever the Super Bowl was, that's as far as we went. Did you see the live stream for Blackmagic Design today? Yes. I actually went on after it live and talk about the 12K camera. We'll touch on that for a second, right? Because people are like 12K is just overload. Not if you actually intend on producing something in 8K. It's not. It's pretty dope. The pros to it is you're getting a lot. The downside to it is they quietly snuck in 14 stops of dynamic range, which is a step down from the regular Ursa that's out. I predict a 6K Ursa, something in the middle, 8K Ursa. I predict an 8K Ursa coming with the RF mounts we talked about. Detroit stand up, Detroit Public Schools stand up. With the RF mount, that'll be in the same body. You know, because I think the 12K was supposed to come out during NAB, but they had some more time to push it. They're looking out on the numerical value. Every time somebody posts a super chat, I'm going to ask that we do numerical values. My niche is promo videos and highlights. I have a question about the master course. Does it give the entire workflow from when you get a client all the way to delivery? Yes. And that's the hiccup. It's getting that out of my head or being able to teach it in a way where it applies to everything. Yes. The master course will take you from, I think I want to start a business, to we're up and running and we're looking at vans and stuff. We're looking to take it to the next level. Where's my drink? My drink is here. I'm actually drinking water. It's brought to you by water and my Bubba cup. I don't know these guys. Don't go buy their stuff just because I said it, but it keeps it cold. Okay. So Dream Vision Productions, he's asking about, don't put LLC on your domain name. He's asking about getting a domain name, and should he get Dream Visions Productions LLC or Dream Visions Pro for web domain? My exact company name is not available and it's very annoying. So get DV Productions, get DV Pros, get Dream Vision Pros, get Dream V Pros or Dream V Productions, or there's a lot of different ways to work that. Michael can put his logo on your cup. Michael, if you send me your logo, I'll put it on my cup. That's a good idea. I'm gonna start doing that. Do you think they'll make the Pocket Cinema 4K with a Super 35 sensor? They do. It's called a 6K. I don't think they're gonna produce any more 4K cameras. I think it's gonna be 6K, 8K on them because all of their equipment is 8K. 12K was a shocker. It was a punch in the throat. I got punched in the throat today. And my man pulled it out on the tape. When they showed the video of it in 4K and then they zoomed out and it was 8K, I was like, yeah. And then it zoomed out again. I was like, what is this? What is this 12K you speak of? I've never heard of 12K. What is this? What is this thing you speak of? And they just punched me in the throat. 12K is ridiculous. And I was thinking like, this is a scam. This is a gimmick. And then he explained why 12K is the way to go. CRP Media with the super chat 103 for the Hall of Fame. I see what you did there, buddy. I ain't mad at you. It's all appreciated, bro. Michael said, I'm cool just being behind the scenes. Hey man, I watch your Instagram channel. I see what you do out there, bro. I like it. I'll be on Instagram checking people out. I like to see. I love to watch a lot of you guys' IG pages and see the projects that you're working on. How often do you suggest a change or upgrade for your logo in your company? Never if you don't have to. Changing a logo is one of the most costly things you can do. If you don't have to change the brand, listen, I had to go through a logo change, right? And I had a logo that I designed and it looked eerily similar to the Smirnoff logo because they took the F's for flash film and flipped them and it looked like a Smirnoff logo. So I ended up changing it, right? I wanted to go with something that showed more of what I did. So I kind of got the lens, the aperture blade without being too cliche. So, and it cost me a lot of money because you got to go back and you got to do shirts, you got to do business cards, you got to do letterheads, you got to introduce your client to it. So it's crazy. Andre Woods with the super chat, just registered for EIN number, but I did an S-Corp. I was supposed to do sole proprietary. That's not going to hurt you. S-Corp is probably better. Pepsi can afford to change their logo. Pepsi can't afford to change. But if you notice, Pepsi and the Redskins, they can afford to change it. But if you notice, most changes are slight changes. Nobody's doing really drastic changes because they want you to recognize it with slight changes, right? You don't want to do a drastic change. Like sometimes they'll upgrade it and change little things. So nobody that's really invested in a logo, they're going to make crazy changes to it. It'll always be slight changes, right? The most crazy change you'll see is like when Sprint went from the yellow they went from the red to like the yellow, and that's because they bought Nextel, and you'll see little things like that. So, Ty, what do you use Proposify versus Honeybook for in regards to contract scheduling when I interact with clients? I need to eventually get both, but I'm confused on what they do best. Great question. He's asking, why do I still use two platforms when I don't have to? All right, so Honeybook does everything. Like Honeybook will give you the code to put on your website. So when people fill out a form, it automatically pulls them into the Honeybook system, right? So what do I mean when I say pull them into the Honeybook system? With Honeybook, you can create a process, a workflow, right? So that system may say, hey, once you pull them in and they click, I want video, automatically send them our video questionnaire to get more information about their video. Now, this is something you set up beforehand and you do it. So automatically send them that. It'll automatically send them that questionnaire. Once they fill out that questionnaire and they hit submit, it'll send that questionnaire to you or keep it on file under that client. And then it'll send them out an email saying, when is a good time for us to give you a call to talk about your video, right? It'll pull up your calendar, see what's available, let them pick it. It'll notify you to be on it at this cost. So remember, all you're doing is waking up to, hey, this client requested this. Their call is set up at this time. I don't got to figure out nothing else. I don't got to be like, well, hey, do you want to? Nope. I know that before I get on that call, I have all of that client's information from their initial form and their questionnaire right there in front of me. Right there in front of me. So when I go to that call, I already got my questions. What questions do I like to ask in addition to the questionnaire? I'm taking my notes for the client while I'm on the call. They're like, great, let's set up a shoot date. I set up a shoot date. In Honeybook, I know that I got them listed for 6 different products. Let's say they want drone photography, they want a slider shot, and they want headshot photos done at the same time. I can have it set up where when I click drone, slider, headshot, it'll automatically send emails. It'll automatically notify whoever I have on my team that handles that for me. So my drone operator is like, yo, you in on this project, you in on this project, you in on this project. And then we set a shoot date. And that's when we set that shoot date, when I'm looking on the calendar and I got those 4 things selected, it'll tell me when my other people on the team, if they have the availability. Hey, we can't do it Saturday because my drone guy's not available, but we can do it Sunday. Boom, I book it, they accept it, we're all in, right? Then it'll notify me, hey, Saturday you got to shoot. Or I missed a step. So there's a step where it sends out a proposal telling them, hey, yes. Once they sign that proposal, it'll send out a invoice for non-refundable retainer, because remember, we don't use deposits anymore. We only use non-refundable retainers around here. So it sends them an invoice for that. They sign the invoice, agree to everything, all the contracts and everything. They agree to it. Then they pick a hard shoot date based off all of our schedules, which to them it just looked like one schedule. They pick a hard shoot date. They select that date. We get notified. We show up to shoot it. We get back. Honeybook asks us, how did the shoot go? They send us a notification at the end of the day that we're supposed to shoot. How did the shoot go? When are you going to deliver the first draft? Now, usually I got a predetermined time per draft based off the video. So I know that if I do a video shoot, I got 7 days to deliver the draft. And then I got 3 days after that for the first revision, 3 days. So it automatically maps that out once they select the shoot date. And I tell Honeybook we actually went. So boom. I work it out. It'll tell me, hey, your draft is due Friday. I get it sent out. It say, did you send off the draft? Yes. They go through the revision stage. It's delivered to them. They get emailed the final invoice or final portion of the payment. They pay it. In Honeybook, it shows that the client is complete. Now, I always have that client in my Honeybook profile as a client that bought this on this date. It'll even send, like I usually have Honeybook to send them a questionnaire afterwards. How was our services? Did you like it? What did you enjoy? Yada, yada, yada. It does all that. So Honeybook is the complete solution. What Proposify does is just it's the proposal part. Now you're going to have to manually enter it off Honeybook. The reason why I use Proposify, and it's very important to me, is I can tell when a client has looked at the proposal. I can tell what they're looking at, literally what page they're on, literally what they're looking at. For me, if I'm trying to close a client, I can call that client and catch them right while they're looking at it. Hey, want to know if you had a chance to look at the proposal? Oh, I got it open right here in front of me. Oh man, my timing is perfect. I didn't know that. So what did you have questions on? In my mind, I know they've been on the budget page. Out of 20 pages, they've been living on the budget page for 4 out of the 6 minutes they've been looking at it and counting. I know to go in ready to talk about budget. It helps me close the sale. Right? Or they printed it. I know if they printed it, I know if they copied it, I know whatever they did to my proposal, I know. So I can contact them and it'll help me close the sale. Honeybook doesn't give you that. It just sends out a proposal. We don't know if they open the email. We don't know what happened. We don't know. Right? However, Proposify tells me that. So when I got bigger clients, when I got $20,000, $30,000 clients, I want to know where their hiccups are, because their hiccups aren't always on the budget section. Sometimes their hiccup is on page 7 of the user agreement. And there you see the mouse circling something. They're highlighting something that says something about, we get to use all your extra footage on a stock photo site, that they're just like, our legal team, they're not going to roll with this. I'm not going to lose $30,000 or a $30,000 job because y'all don't want us to not post it on a freaking, other site. Let's delete that and let's move forward. So now I know compared to other places. So that is why I use both. That's just me, right? For you, it may not be the case. You may be cool with it. That's the benefit of Honeybook. That's why Honeybook is dope. It is made for content creators. So everything there is designed for you, unlike Salesforce and other CRMs that's made for everybody. These are made for you. And they have an additional, like I said, community tab where you can reach out to other people in the community, other content creators. Hey, I need a second shooter for this shoot coming up on the 10th. Who's available? Hey, I need a crane operator. Hey, I need a steady cam operator. Any of you guys got another C100? I need a second camera to work on this. Hey, I got an event coming up. The client wants us to do a highlight video, but they also want photography to cover this event. Any photographers, any teams? Boom, yes. So cool. So now I can add, remember when I said the section where they want photography? I can add you to the team of photographers. So now you're in the loop on the whole project. You may not be able to see pricing. You may not be able to see all of that because it's none of your business, but you will have access to know information about the project. My notes that I left on it, date changes. If a date change, everybody in the group is notified. If a location change, everybody in the group is notified. So that's what makes Honeybook special. MSW Creative, looking on the super chat. How do you handle craft services with your crew? You mean like food, things like that? Give me more detail on that. I want to make sure I answer that. Ty is just watching like a hawk. My niche is promo videos, highlights. I have a question about Master Course. Does it have entire workflow? Yeah, I think I answered that, but let me make sure. Yes, it'll have the complete workflow. What's the name of the website that creates brand identity, logo, color palette, etc.? Some of that is Fiverr. 99 Designs is a great place to get a logo design. I'm waiting on MSW Creative to give me a little follow up so I can answer that. Signing up today. Todd, thanks for the blessing clues. Drone base is jerking me around. Yeah, I wouldn't go that route. I've read about them, but I wouldn't go that route. So something to think about. Something to definitely think about. I for that reason, look, when you're dealing with a big client, right, or a busy client, you got to catch them sometimes right when you can catch them, and there's no better time to catch them. That your ability to close a sale will increase by 75% if you can get them when they're in front of your proposal. It'll increase by 75% if you can get them while they're right in front of your proposal. I promise you. I promise you. So that's exactly what you want to do. You know. So with that, give me a second. With that, we'll make sure I answer the right questions. Make sure I answer a few questions before we get ready to slide. I don't want to keep y'all too long or too late today. Let me see. Just sign up for ShoeProof. You will love ShoeProof. I love ShoeProof. I'll tell you a story about ShoeProof real quick. Real quick story about ShoeProof. CRP Media says ShoeProof, Honeybook, Proposify, Thumbtack. You can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that. So story about ShoeProof. I shot a surprise party in the beginning of when I got in the area. I was trying to find my niche. I did a surprise party. And it was for an older lady, and it was like a Christmas party, Christmas surprise party. All their family flew in, captured that about 4 years ago, where she ended up passing. Right. And the reason I found out is because my ShoeProof account was blowing up. I was getting sales. People were buying prints because everybody stopped to take pictures with her that day. People were buying prints like crazy. And I'm like, well, how did I do $500 in print sales for a gallery that's 5 years old? Like, what's happening? So I contacted the person that booked me like, hey, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Kind of not like that, but we were cool. And she told me that she had passed. So people went back to buy images. And I was going to delete the gallery because I usually only keep them up there for a year. But I had recently upgraded to the unlimited package and just left it. So now people can access it whenever. I also do that when I do headshots because some people want to print out their headshots, right? I'll do headshots and I'll do like give me a silly look, and I'll get a silly look or something crazy or a silly group shots, and I'll post that group shot in that gallery, and people buy it sometimes. They want printouts. So it's there. It'll make you money while you sleep. Residual income is what you want in this industry. There's a good question. Do you ever do in-person sales? Yes. Really large clients, I prefer to come and talk to you face to face because it shows value when you see the van, the logo. I'm there with a laptop or iPad. It shows more value. It can be done over the phone, but there's a value thing that make people more comfortable with dealing with a person that is a part of the company. It's a value thing, right? If somebody says, if you got a broke, if your garbage disposal is broke and somebody told you how to fix it over the phone, you wouldn't be willing to pay them as much as if a guy came out to fix it. You're going to pay that guy 10 times as much. You pay that phone operator $20. Hey man, I got my credit card, $19.99. What do I got to do? Press the button, turn this, yada, yada, yada. But if somebody came out just to fix that same garbage disposal, you're looking at $169. So with larger jobs, I usually do 10,000 and above. I'm coming out and talking to you. That's just me. How do I know it's 10,000 and above before I even talk to you or before we go into detail? Because I need 8 videos. I need a 2-minute video here. Yeah, okay. I'll be there. Compared to, I just need one video of us talking for 2 minutes. We can talk about this over the phone. So I wish I could stay forever. I can't. Yes. How do I feed my crew? Do I ever feed my crew? I don't feed no, I'm joking. I feed my crew all the time. Honestly, whenever we do corporate shoots, the company that we work for usually provides lunch. They usually provide lunch because they have people that are there, right? They're not just leaving us in a room to shoot ourselves. We're usually filming somebody and they usually provide lunch. If you're doing wedding photography, it's in your contract. But it's something that either I will arrange and I will add it to the cost, or we can just stop for an hour and we can go to wherever and eat and come back, or the client usually provides. Put in a lunch break in the middle of their shoot. I guarantee you they start serving you food. They'll be like, we'll just order Jimmy John's or something. Okay, perfect. Trust me. So, something to think about. You can't go away until the red bars go away. I think them red bars stay up there for like 45 minutes. The last one was posted a long time ago. So, that's something to think about. Let me make sure. There was another question I seen. Just want to make sure I got everything. Signing up today. ShoeProof is dope. I like ShoeProof. ShoeProof is a set it and forget it way to, all you got to do is when people buy, you have to approve the prints. You have to approve, the cropping and things like that. If you don't shoot it to exact spec. If you upload an 8x10s, you don't got to worry about it. Somebody said Nextels, I hated the chirp. I love the chirp. I'll tell you a crazy story. Friends from the hood. I'm from Detroit, and you know, I'm from the hood. Let's just be real. And we used to chirp, chirp. What up? What up? Chirp, chirp. One time I was in a bank getting a withdrawal, and my friends thought it would be funny to just loudly on my loudspeaker, like, hurry up and rob the place and get out of there. I was like, bro. And everybody just stopped. Like, I was like, that was a mistake. I don't know who those guys are. They got the wrong number. And they're in the car laughing, and I'm running out of the joint. We're hearing sirens and stuff. True story. True story. So, don't ShoeProof have a contract option? What are your thoughts on contract system? So you can do monthly or yearly. That's the only type of, I'm cool. I'm gonna always have images. It's just a part of the, it's just the cost to do business, right? It's like the cost of your website. It's just the cost to do business. The way I get them back on their chirp back in the day is if they were talking to a girl, I would chirp in like, hey man, can you please call your wife? She called me 3 times. She said your voice went to your phone went to voicemail. They would be like, what? I don't have a wife? Bro, she just called me 3 times. She's looking for you. Yeah. She says the doctor need a prescription y'all need to pick up. Some type of something special. That's how we get them back. So RIP chirp. Long live the chirp. RIP chirp. Anyway, with that, we're gonna get ready to wrap. We're gonna get ready to wrap with that. But it's important that you guys understand. We been out here an hour and 15 minutes. But it's important that you guys understand. Real quick, flash or strobes for small studio. I'm always going flashes, or they're the same. A strobe is just a big flash. I'm going strobes. Carlos says, man, I love your presentation on the Art of Food Photography Summit. Very useful, enriching information you shared. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, Carlos, for coming over. I'm like that all day long, bro. What you see is what you get. I'm like that all day long. It's all about the business side, man. Listen, you can be a bad photographer with a good business model and make 6 figures. It's easy. You can be the best photographer in the world, the best, and don't understand business, and you will either A, get taken advantage of, or B, not make money. Don't be that, right? Don't be that. You see it happening. I'm going to give you an example of where artists get taken advantage of real quick before I go. You mentioned a dope writer on Fiverr. Yes, if you go to Flash Film Academy and click on the gear link, I got a list of the guys on Fiverr that I've used before. So I'm gonna give you an example of an industry where artists are taking advantage of, the music industry, right? People I want a label, I want a deal, I want a music deal, whatever. And they get a deal where a company is just saying, I'm gonna market your music, I'm gonna pay to record it, I'm gonna do all this. You show up and sing, you show up and take a picture, and we'll give you a check. We're gonna make 20 million off of you, give you 2, and all is good. In fact, we're gonna give you 1 million up front because we believe in you. And we're gonna make 20 million, 30 million off of you and give you 2 million. And then you see that artist broke, but that company's still going. That artist is touring forever. They got to go on tour all day, every day to make money. That company doesn't, right? So it's the same thing. Don't let companies take advantage of you. I work for companies that had me pumping out 8 videos a week, right? And they paid me $70,000. And I thought it was great. Man, I make $70,000. I'm doing videos, until I realized that I did one video that made them $9 million. $9 million. I literally, this one video made them $9.185 million. And they didn't even want to give me a raise. When it was time for me to get a raise, they were like, you were satisfactory. Like, I did everything on time. I finished it. Yeah, but you got 3s across the board. You didn't get a 4. You almost got a 4. If you would have tried harder. I was like, what? And that's when it clicked. You got to do you. You got to do your own thing. So labels don't even make sense anymore. You're right. Do the links help if I buy from them? Yes. Any link that's posted on the site helps as well. Either I fought to get a discount for the help. That's usually what it is. If I go to a company and say, hey, I have a platform, I use this product, I can speak about it. You know, I want to tell my clients about it. I'm letting my clients tell my viewers about it, but I want them to save money and I want an affiliate cut. They're usually like, okay. So Definitely something to think about. Listening to End of Jobs audiobook right now. Good stuff. If you haven't if you haven't read End of Jobs, get the audiobook. Don't get the paperback, because the audiobook has extra stuff. He goes off script a lot. End of Jobs talks about today. It predicted it. It predicted it so tough that it was mind blowing. It's my favorite business book because it teaches you how important it is to be a entrepreneur right now, to have that ability right now. All right. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap real quick. Somebody said I gave $1 million and got a clock on the wall. Hey, you close to it. Picked up my personal MBA, another great business book. All the books are listed under the gear section on Flash Film Academy. With that being said, it's really important that I tell you guys that I appreciate you. I appreciate you, right? You think you helping me, or you think I'm helping you, you helping me, right? It's kind of like any parent will say, you know, their kids think they're raising their kids, but their kids are really raising you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always a two-way relationship. It's always a back and forth. And I appreciate what you guys do for me as far as getting my gears grinding and get me up and going and motivated to be better for you. I love to see what you guys are doing on Instagram. I love it when you guys tag me and stuff. I love it when you guys are on the Facebook group talking and posting. I love all of that. You guys have no idea how that makes my day and makes this so much easier. I'm not at the point where I got 1 billion subscribers, so I'm at the point where I still can see a whole lot of everybody. And I like it at this point. I don't, a lot of guys complain with YouTube channels with 1 million subscribers that they don't get to touch everybody and get to meet everybody and get to see everything. But I am at the point where I get to see it and I'm taking advantage of it. I love it. So with that being said, if you're listening on the podcast, make sure you follow us on Flash Film Academy on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you go and listen to the podcast. It's called Flash Film Academy's podcast about content cash. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you give this video a rating if you're on the podcast, or give this podcast a rating. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. The next scheduled live is Tuesday at 1 Central Standard Time, although I have a few things up my sleeve. So Notification Squad, be ready. You already know I pop live. I pop on here live at any time. You guys I may do Super Chat Saturday again. So you never know. You never know. You know me, I'm going to try to just keep it as real as I can keep it, because honesty is what makes you get better. It's not the people that hide all the stuff. Those guys are not the greatest, but just be honest about it. Be real about it. Help people. I love it when you guys come back and be like, yo, this really helped me. I went from this to this because of that. That makes my day. The Facebook group is for everyone. The Facebook group is for everybody. Go to Facebook, search for Flash Film Academy. Everybody's in it, and it's great because it's a lot of ideas being bounced around, but it's a lot of great networking, right? There's a lot of photographers just saying, hey, I want to get in the video. I'm not much of an editor. What should I do? There's guys in there to say, hey, all I do is edit. Let's work something out. So definitely make sure you check that out, and I will see you guys in the next video. If you're just now logging in, don't worry. It'll be back live in about 2 minutes. You'll get to see everything, and I will see you guys definitely in the next video.